Okay, so I'm playing Guild Wars 2, which for me is kind of random, especially because I haven't played this game in probably 3 months or so. So that's actually quite a long time. But I've decided to sort of get back into it because a friend of mine told me that there's been tons of changes and the game has been improved significantly. So basically, off of his suggestion, I downloaded the patch, and as you can see, Lion's Arc is basically completely destroyed. I have no idea what's going on. I have to basically catch up on all the recent changes. I have no idea what's happening. But what I can tell you is that I'm going to be starting Guild Wars 2 on my channel a little bit more. From what my friend told me, there's enough cause to get back into the game. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And basically in this video, I kind of want to just introduce my Guild Wars 2 character and sort of talk about what's to come, I guess I could say. So first off, here's my character. I'm just going to run through his gear, and then I'll eventually go into my build. And yeah, so beginning, I have, for the most part, the Twilight Arbor armor set. As you can see, Nightmare Cowl, Nightmare Mantle, Vestments, and then for these I have Flame Legion, because I never actually completed the Nightmare set, just because I basically quit the game before I actually finished. So I do have the Nightmare Pants, but again, I have Flame Legion shoes. So that's probably something that I'll be finishing in my sort of getting back into the game. I definitely want to complete the Nightmare set just to get some much needed congruency in my build, I guess I could say. So pretty much basic weapons here. Major Sigil of Agony, something I definitely recommend if you're using Necromancer. If you're going to use a what's it called? A damage over time build. The name escapes me right now, but yeah, so anything, condition build, that's what it is. Yeah, so if you're using a condition build, definitely go with anything that's, bleeding duration, condition duration, stuff like that. So I use Scepter Dagger, that's what I'm currently running, but for my off, I use Staff, and I have Final Rest, which is a pretty popular weapon, or at least it was when I quit. So anyways, now getting into my traits. I will actually talk a little bit about my the skills that I use in combat as well. But anyways, this is my build, 30 Spite, 30 Curses, and 10 in Blood Magic. So first off, in the Adept slot, I go with Signet Mastery. Reduces recharge on signets after activating a signet grants might. So as you can see on my build, I like signets a lot, so it kind of just fits into my build to run this. Up here I use Chill of Death. This is sort of a slot that doesn't really fit that well into my build. It's just personal preference, I guess I could say. So there's nothing really about this particular pick that's really conducive to my build. I just use it simply on personal preference. Up here, though, Doomfire. This is something that, for me, I think is a necessity. The burning condition is something that's just extremely useful, especially if you're running a condition build. So I definitely like to use that. Then down here, this is a necessity. Increases inflicted bleed durations. Definitely just run that if you're using any condition build on Necromancer. It's extremely useful. Also, reduces recharge on corruption skills. Blood is Power is a corruption skill. Epidemic is a corruption skill. So I definitely like to keep the cooldowns on those as low as possible. Especially Blood is Power. It's an extremely useful skill. So definitely you're going to want to be doing that. So And then the Lingering Curse, conditions inflicting by Scepter skills have increased durations. So obviously I run Scepter, so definitely useful on that one. Now coming down here, for Blood Magic, finally, I just use Dagger Mastery, which reduces recharge on dagger skills. So I like to keep Deathly Swarm and Enfeebling Blood with the low cooldown, simply because Enfeebling Blood is extremely useful when you're setting up your conditions on the enemy, and then Deathly Swarm will transfer conditions that you have to the enemy. So both extremely useful and honestly very vital to this build. So basically that is my character. I could get into sort of my skills, but I think I'm going to do that in a separate video to talk about sort of how I play my Necromancer. Also on this channel, I think I'm also going to be starting up sort of a like leveling Let's Play type thing for my Engineer, because I'm going to be getting him to level 80. So yeah, that's basically my Guild Wars situation. I haven't played in a very long time, so you're going to sort of have to bear with me as I sort of get back into the game, but I've had a MMO itch as of late, and recently got to play Elder Scrolls Online beta, and it just wasn't matching up to sort of the Guild Wars standards, I guess. So I'm going to be getting back into the game. This is basically just an introduction video on my character, so thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more Guild Wars 2.